G'day everyone, welcome back to X3 Albion Prelude with the Soho. Last time we met our intrepid hero, we had unfortunately lost our favourite and starting ship to Imperial activity, and we'd gone on a little rampage trying to earn maybe just a smidgen of the profit back, because that was a very expensive ship. But oh well. So what I've done is, in between episodes, I've picked up some energy cells, and I have actually gone through and I've ended up back at PTNI headquarters. Now, while I was in the Argon systems, or the Rebellion systems, what I have done is I've actually picked up this little thing.
Incoming ship. Docking crews to stand by.
Yeah. Thank you, computer. Commodity Logistics Software Mark II, what I did. They're only available at Argon space docks, so on my way through I picked this up and I jumped in here, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to give it to my T-class shuttle. So there we go. I'm going to jump out of that. So what I'm going to do, so we don't get any more interruptions, is I'm just going to jump away from the station for a bit. And head that way. Alright, so what the Commodity Logistics Software does is, if I go to and then go start Commodity Logistics, so what this does is the CLS2 is a waypoint system software for NPCs. So what you can do, you can load it up to your NPCs and they'll take a couple of waypoints and they'll perform an action or a few actions at each waypoint. And the brilliant thing is, it'll do it in a loop. So you set it to do one, he'll buy a thing, or sell a thing, or load a thing, if it's going at one of your own space stations. He'll take the thing, and he'll go to waypoint 2, where you can do something with the thing, or you can pick up something else. And he'll go to, and then you could do whatever you do there, you move to waypoint 3, where he could sell the thing, or sell all the things, and then he'll repeat the loop. And the brilliant thing is, he'll do that until he doesn't get any profit anymore. And that's the kicker here. It's quite a brilliant thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to waypoints. I'm going to start off the starter software. I'm going to go add a station. Now, the reason why I'm actually doing this, I'm just going to jump back out again very quickly, is because in between episodes, what I have noticed is in these 4 Taladi sectors, or corporate sectors, as they're currently called, adequate name, I'm going to slow down just a bit, and is that in these sectors, they're actually only served by these 2 sun oil refineries. Now, in X, sun oil is essentially the foodstuff of the Taladi, a base resource almost every station needs to operate, so it feeds the workers there. But this is usually not that much of an issue, unless it's some very rare circumstances in this game, because usually there's enough to sell it. But in my particular save, God, and I don't mean the big guy upstairs, it's the actual name of the systems that run behind X3, I believe, has taken out the food stations in these couple of sectors. And what that has done is it has allowed me to do it. So what the background computer will do, if a station's not being used, like there'll be a random setup of stations first up, but if a station's not being used, it'll delete it. And that can be very good or very bad depending on the thing, because if there's a heavy shield production, for example, and nobody buys it, the AI will eventually delete it, say it's been destroyed, and you suddenly don't have anyone to buy your heavy shields. So, but I think that's, while not a rare thing to happen, if you've gone to it a couple of times, usually it doesn't disappear quickly, at any rate. But yes, these 2 Nostrop oil producers, so the sun oil refineries, they produce Nostrop oil. I'll just jump that out of the, that way, center of the screen, so I'm not pointing out of it. There we go, blocked by my view visor. So this Nostrop oil is serving these 3 other sectors as well, and all these 3 sectors are pretty heavy duty sectors. They have a lot of things like chip plants, computer plants, heavy weapons complexes. Move over here, we've got shields. I want to keep that one stocked up at all costs. So, and they all take nostrop oil, because that's the Talati foodstuff. Like, each individual race has their own general foodstuffs. And you'll have to supply each of their stations with their own foods, essentially. And so 2 grand trading station where there could be some picked up, but not a lot. But a lot of them are these heavy weapons stuff, like really heavily dependent. And they're only served by this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that CLS software, C2, and I'm going to start logistics to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a waypoint. From the waypoint, I'm going to go add station. I'm going to get down to scale plate green. So there are only 2 stations I really want to get into at the moment. The flower farms and the bliss place. The flower farms feed the sun oil refineries. So might be good to have a small ship going there, making sure they always have stuff to go on. Ow, go away! Okay, making sure they always have stuff, but I won't do that now. I only really want the sun oil refinery. So the M alpha and the L beta. So the M and L's are the size of the station. I don't want to go to the smaller one. I want to go to the bigger one. So I'm going to select. Go away, dog. A dog just kind of bumping my hand. He wants ear scratches. You can have an ear scratch, but go away. I don't want to play with you right now. So, hey, go away. Shoot. Alright. I want L beta. So this is the biggest one. It'll usually be pretty well stocked at all times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell at the waypoint, I'm going to tell it to buy nostrop box. It's the only thing the station produces. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit sneaky here. The average prices, you can go average, so this is now telling you what to buy from. So usually you'd go like average price. What this does is it tells the NPC who's flying your ship to buy for anything the average price or less. So you got 3 general choices. Minimum, so you'll only buy a resource at minimum, no other price. Average price tells the NPC buy at average price or less. Maximum product price means go there, buy no matter what the price is. And it's usually a bad thing to do if you're trying to make a profit. If you're just trying to make sure stations stay running, which sometimes you need to do that in the X games for things like shield complexes, for example. They're slow and they run out of resources really quickly. You have to make sure they stay running, and especially the stations you want before the AI deletes them. But what I'm going to do is going to go manual price setting. So the average price of nostrop oil, and I did a little bit of research into this before the episode began, is 75 credits. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell my AI to go 74 credits. So what this will do is it tells the AI to buy anything that, like, buy the oil at any price up to 74 credits. Now I'm going to be doing this a little opposite selling. So he'll buy anything that is below average price. And that usually will ensure a profit for what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to say, fill up the cargo space. So he's going to, at the first waypoint, he's going to fly to the station, buy 18,000, 1,800, not 18,000, 1,800 nostrop oil for 74 credits or less. It's not particularly said here. And then he's going to do, I'm going to set up a new waypoint to sell. Now, I'm not too sure, one thing I didn't do, so this should hold all the information there, is I want to sell some of these high-end plants, like the chip plants, and the computer plants, and the weapons plants, but this sector, unfortunately, seems to be pretty full on nostrop oil, and that's not surprising. We are right next to the sector with the food.
Gate autopilot
so what I'm going to do is I'm
activated.
going to speed up. I'm going to get into the next sector, because what AI ships will do, they all grab a resource, and they usually take it to the closest supplier that will give them a profit. Now, in this case, that is usually only in this sector. logic they like to go with is the greatest profit at the smallest distance. But I'm not too sure about that, don't quote me on it.
Entering system, profit center autopilot off.
Because when I was doing my manual trade runs earlier, I noticed quite a lot of them in these two sectors. Because they're so far away, there's all these intervening stations. They don't get... slow down a bit, they don't get much food at all, because there's always a greater, swifter profit to be made before then. So what I'm going to do is... So this is where I've been docking up before. They're nice and full of credits, but still a profit. So this is the closer one. Yeah, 12, nothing. Chain gun ammunition, empty. Forge, empty. Medium shield is the big one. Pretty full. I think I made sure to keep that one filled. So, because I want him producing shields. Now I'll need energy cells and quantum tubes. The secondary, primary sources are usually all the station needs to run, and I think the secondary resources make things faster, or they make them more complicated machinery. And I think quantum tubes are fairly expensive for what they are. But ore plants never take them. Squash mines fairly empty, so I won't do it. And turbo laser forge right at the end of the sector. Actually, mistake kahunas of all things. But hey, that's where I can get my capital anti-fighter lasers. Alright, so what I want is to develop to this chip plant, computer plant, and I think I might go the forge, because that's just slightly closer, and because they're both offering me good prices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going back here, and I'm going to go waypoints. He's still got my first waypoint, so what I'm going to do again, you can add a ship if you have ships in the sector, or he has fighter drones and he's trading ship to ship. Usually, personally, I don't want to do that unless I've got like a permanent base ship in one of my profit sectors. Like if I, especially ones that have landing spots for these bigger freighters, I like to use a Kyoto. It's big, it's more quickly, it's armed, and it's my general force multiplier if need be, and they need to be stocked with something. The mythical M0. Not M. Yeah, M0. It could be the Oran is also another good choice because the docking bay is huge, and it can dock capital ships. It's the only ship in the base game that can do it. But what I'm going to do is going to add another station. So not in PTA now, it was on Profit Center Alpha, and it was the computer plant beta. This is relatively close to the gate. So here I'm going to sell, and this is where my sneaky thing comes in. Nostrop oil. Since the average price was 75, and I'm selling for 74, what I'm going to do is manual price setting. I'm going to input 76. So what this has done is it has told the computer to sell at any price that is 76 or greater. Now that ensures, at minimum with the 74 I set on the buying software, no matter what trade run this guy makes, I will always make at least 2 credits profit on his trade run, though 2 credits profit per item. Now, a profit is a profit. Now, I believe at this one, I did some rough calculations earlier, that one cargo hold costs 134,000 credits. Now, I don't quite have that at the moment, so if he does this once, I'll be bankrupt. But what it will do is he will take this and he'll go around and he'll sell it for those 2 credits extra, and I think that nets me approximately 138,000. Now, what that will do so if he gets full cargo hold each time of what he can right now, 75, so that's at least 4,000 profit each time it goes through the loop, provided I have the credits to buy. The good thing about this software, I want him to sell everything, so where was I? The good thing about this software is that it does this in loops, and if he can't get any of the profit in what you've decided, he will simply stop. He will complete his loop, and if he cannot buy or he cannot sell in your designated ranges, he will stop, he'll shut down. And he will wait until he can do that, so he'll check in the background maybe every 10 minutes or so. Can I do this trade? No. I wait again. Timer. 10 minutes up. Can I do this trade? No. He'll stop. He'll wait. Can I do this trade? Yes, I can do this. I'll start the circuit once again. And that's good. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to add another station. So my guy is a amateur purse pilot, I believe. So looking PTNI, I was going to the chain gun forge to sell Nostrop oil for a manual price of 76 credits or greater, all of cargo space. And I can't add any more waypoints at this point in time. But what this does is it tells my guy, so my loop is thus: go to Sun Oil Refinery L Beta in Scale Pack Green and pick up as much Nostrop oil as you can for at most 74 credits, and he'll do that. Once he has done that, he'll first take them to the computer plant Beta in Profit Center Alpha, and he will try to sell as much as he can for at least 76 credits. Now, I've got a third one here. If he has sold everything in his locker, in his load, he can no longer complete step 6, so he'll go back to the beginning. If I haven't frozen, there we go. He'll go back to the beginning and start again. But if he has not sold all of his wares, or he was not able to sell all of them, or he was not able to sell for at least 76 credits, he'll take what he has, and he'll move on to the next waypoint, and he'll try to do the same thing there with what I've got set up, and he'll repeat as ad infinitum, actually, until he either cannot make the deal that in a range which I have set, which is buy for less than 74, sell for more than 76, and he'll stop, and he'll wait. And the good thing about this is, you don't have to pay him during this. Now, the thing is, with this, you do actually hire a pilot, so if I go back, and if I go trader settings, I've actually picked up a pilot for this already. His training level is apprentice, and an apprentice can only take 3 waypoints. That was the word I was looking for. He can only take 3 waypoints. And as he flies, he'll develop experience, and you can take these trainings. There's this option here. I can turn them off if I don't want to. And he will try to sell as much as he can, and he'll learn levels, and as he gains experience, he can go to more and more waypoints, eventually until he can go to an infinite number of waypoints. But you don't want to do that. Alright, fire, reassign, default. So I don't need to do that. So earnings and expenses. So expenses, he will buy any gear he needs. If he's connected to a station, he will do it from the station's account. But since I don't have a space station, he can't do it from the station's account. He has to do it from my account. So don't particularly want him doing that, but he will buy like shields, mosquito missiles, a jump drive, energy cells if he needs them. And I think he might do ship upgrades as well. But all of that will come out of the station's account or my account at this point in time. And that's something I don't particularly want right now. So and Apprentice won't do it anyway, so this is basically a nice one to get him up to see if he can feed these sectors. So going back, don't need to change anything to that like now. Trader salary, global account. You can take it from a station account, but he does not have a station, so he's going to take it from the global account, which is my current funds. Alright, waypoints. We've done generate waypoints. This allows you to automatically generate any waypoints within his thing, so buy Nostrop oil from as many as you can, and then sell to these specific ones within your current limits. I've already done that manually, so don't do it. Supply settings. So this is what I kind of want to mess with. It tells you some options you can do with it. So minimum transfer on collection, so he'll pick up at least 5% of his cargo space. But since I'm using a super hauler, or can be super hauler sized, I don't want him just to sit around at a station until he can sell. Because sometimes he'll have less than that in his inventory, or they won't have that, or he can't drop it off. I don't want him to do that. So I'm going to say 2. I'm going to just go 1%. So at least 1%, and this is on delivery. So on selling, try and sell at least 1% of your goods. And as I think his maximum cargo hold is between 10 and 12,000, he's going to sell at least 100 kilos to 120 kilos worth of goods at a time. I'm using kilos, it's cargo units, but I'm just assuming they refer to kilograms, because you can go into thousands and tens of thousands on the really bigger ships. It's like, yes, I'm not surprised at tons. I'm probably going to go with cargo units, because it's probably not kilograms. It's more like tons is probably my bet. Probably the closer measurement. Alright, dock with ship only in the same sector. It's like, he's not going to ships, don't worry. Wait for signal. This is an interesting one. So what if I turn this on, that it enables a hotkey. Basically, if you press the hotkey, it'll send him a signal to do one flight of the circuit. So he'll buy stuff, sell, come back. And then he'll stop. I don't want this right now. I want him to get as much profit as he can. Hopefully not spending all of my money. But I won't do that. Quit working station. He's not working at a station. And restore defaults. Don't want that right now. Alright, going around. Automatic naming. What I want to do, just so I can tell which ship it is, I'm going on here. So this basically, if I go back here to name, so it'll automatically name the ship CLS2, the name of the ship, and then his training course. So the ship doesn't have a name right now. It's just going to be the name of the ship. Big long one, but this will just tell me when I bring up my R menu exactly which ships I've got automatically training, which is good. So I wanted that. Ship number, you're going to be ship number 1. You're my only ship, and hopefully you won't die, and don't need a factory number. Alright, configure reports, so this basically, every time he does something, it'll bring up a little message in your incoming messages box. Promotions, it'll bring a message, yes, I do want to know when he does that. Yes, I do want that. So I can at least know when he dies, unlike the very aptly named Sundered Star. And trade log, not particularly. Acoustic sound, probably, actually, yes, I do want a sound when he gets an upgrade. And data storage, to save load any of this. And restore defaults. So what I'm going to do...
Command accepted.
So he was on standby for a bit now, since he's going to fly to the first command. And he's going to buy the Nostrum Oil, and then you can see if he can make the run. Now, because I've made the run right now, he should quite definitely be able to do at least one run.
Medium shield production complex alpha.
Thank you, computer. Really got to turn that off at some point. But he should definitely make at least one circuit. He probably won't be able to buy a full cargo hold, but he will buy as much as he can. Alright. Now, I didn't do that, so that's like the first 20 minutes of me just setting up CLS software. Well done, me. It took a while. I basically yammered on for the whole of it. Corporate sector military. What's that?
Teladi. Military.
Ooh. So this is one of the old Republic ships. It's in black. That's cool. Don't particularly want one, though. Not that I'm going to attack it. It'll probably wipe the ground with me. But what I'm going to do...
You are talking to the automated... Do you require your timing bring? I shall transmit the data to you now. Have I provided something of interest?
Yeah, I'll take that. Profit Center Alpha. And hey, I see something to shoot. Probably shouldn't be shooting it, but I can. That's my missile.
Firelance missile installed.
He's a bit
ATF or transporter.
Well, I got one of them I just set up. I don't particularly want to set up another one right now.
Installed.
Look, he's kind of slow, but he's going to do his thing, and with any luck, he'll just be doing his thing.
Poltergeist missile installed.
There we go, so I'm going to kill him. You have things I want. Well, ore, mainly. I actually don't even think I can pick up ore in this thing. Boo. Ah well. He's quite the ways away, but I am looking for anything else. So I think in this patrol mission, mostly taken on pirates. There we go. Here we go. Let's see what I can do. Oh. I think I want Mars on
Command
defense.
accepted. Target locked on.
Oh. There we go. You've got a fight.
in the holds. Take it.
Xenon. Okay, that should be fairly easy to take care of. Oh. Well, that was too easy. I'm not going to take that. Why am I fix it up and sell it? Yeah, I'll probably fix it up and sell it, but... Xenon. That's kind of actually what I'm patrolling.
Xenon L.
So the L's the big one. So the Xenon in the X universe are kind of an AI kill-all living life threat. So essentially I think they're the law of X, general AGI, artificial general intelligence. So basically the Earthlings made super AI and sent them out through the gates. And then the gate system collapsed and the AI was left by itself and it essentially went rogue. And these are the remainder, like, hundreds of years later. Or thousands. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's hundreds. But essentially, rogue AI, general sci-fi plot, insert 3. And that should be pretty good. Or so, if that thing, where is it, that lasts, I might sell that particular one. Or replace my initial one, because that is probably what might happen to my initial one. Alright, so I want to get close to the other. What I want to do is I want to actually catch this L with any luck. They're incredibly hard to actually get to bail, though I seem to have some pretty good luck over the last couple of episodes, with the exception of TIE Fighters, but oh well. Because one of the missions is coming up soon.
Target is now in firing range.
One of the missions that are coming up soon, I actually need to capture and deliver one of these things for the critical mission.
Alert, missile closing.
Yes, I'll need to capture one. Whoop. Yeah, I'll need to capture one and hand it over. I keep trying to say, and then loud noise keeps taking over. And hand it over. It gets me some decent ones. I think it gets me 3 different things. It's actually pretty hard to do before they grow
up. On behalf of Chairman CO, the Talati Company are grateful for your timely help in the saving of much profit. As a reward, you get 5,000 credits.
You are being promoted.
Thank you very much. Petty retailer. So he's just gone and done his thing. And for the moment, I am... not as broke as I thought I'd be. Let's take a look at your freight. I can't take as much units as I was thinking. Oh, maybe you can. Maybe my price was out. Oh, would have cost less. Because I think he's got quite a lot of stock left. So now what he's doing is he's flying to the computer plant. I probably should fix up this mission pretty fast then. Or at least the patrol in this area, because usually Profit Center itself is fairly safe, along with 2 grand. I think there's a pirate sector here. I might just check out so it's on my map later on, but until then... Okay.
Poltergeist missile
Light defense doesn't do a concussion missile. 33, 1x15.
installed. Poltergeist missile installed. Xenon N.
Poltergeist, yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Installed.
And out they go. With any luck, I think the poltergeists are self-retargeting. But someone's got flak weapons going, and whilst not too handy on me, that guy.
Xenon N. Xenon N.
Come on.
Target
Oh,
is
it's
now
faster
in
than
firing range.
On behalf of Chairman CO, the Talati Company are grateful for your timely help in the saving of much profit. As a reward, you get 500 credits.
Alright, so now
Installed.
fly to PTNI headquarters. Oh crud. Whoops, going too fast. Slow that down. Hey, I thought this was going to go the other way. If I have to escort my own ship through all this, so I probably oh, wait, gates. I shouldn't, in theory, need to. Hopefully. Because otherwise it'll be a really dreary 3 episodes, lose 2 ships. Well, technically it'll be a neutral exchange, it'll just cost me a lot of credits. Because I managed to get one to bail. Again, ooh, those might be nice targets. But, well, come on game, nice and loading. I really need to upgrade my computer just a little bit. But I got the hardware
Entering
specs are quite up
system.
to snuff. Just a little
PTNI headquarters.
Just a little low on RAM. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fly up to Eastgate. That's the pirate sector. There's my ship. And my ship says nothing here. Sea Wing. Sea Wing. I think, is that pirate ship I knocked out a couple of episodes back? It's still there. Not that I'm going to pick it up though. I don't like the look of it. Personally, my ships have to look nice, and I don't like the look of that one. It's like, nah. It's like, I'm a rebel guy through and through. Even though it had the nice pilot model in there. Oh, there we go. There's another L.
Xenon L.
It's coming my way too. Let's go grab him. I don't like Xenon. 4K out. What are they fighting? Oh, that thing.
Target is now in firing range.
Capture this black flag and take it out. Yep.
Xenon M.
For the Xenon. One good thing about the Xenon ships is that these haven't been replaced in one
Target is now in firing range.
Sound effect in between episodes. What was I saying? The one good thing about them is they make actually pretty good drone ships once you manage to reverse engineer them at your home base, which I do hope to get sometime in this series. Probably not very soon. And the good thing is that they're cheap. They're usually easy
No
to arm,
aim.
and they can be produced out fairly quickly, which is nice. And the L's themselves aren't too bad either. They're fairly powerful for what they are. So where was I? I was heading towards the East Gate.
Asteroid.
Here we go. Let's point ourselves at something fancy. And try not to hit it. Right, there we go, pirates. Y-Wing, A4.
Pirate.
So that's that one. I think that's the single-seater one. Which would make a decent rebel ship for me to fly. I do like the Y-Wings, and they do have a very good bomb load. They also fly Spectre missiles, which I think are the heavy missiles. From the Terran, I don't think that those missiles haven't been renamed. I think they're the heavy Terran missiles. And those are fairly dangerous, if I remember correctly. If I manage to get my hands on any of them at all. No, wrong button. I want my local scanners. Oh, and lots of another swarm of L. Can I zoom out a bit? No, I want zoom out. So they're going away. I know where they're going. The Xenon... I'm closer to these guys than the Xenon, so I'll take these guys and go through the Xenon, and my ship is nice and out of the way already. Do I have light defense missiles, concussion missile, 1x15?
Installed.
That should, at the very least, get his attention before anything else happens. And then I can switch my sights to the L, who is... I'm just barely catching up to this guy. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, he's just gonna escape through the gate.
Target locked
Yep, no,
on.
no. That's okay. Yeah, alright, turrets, do your thing.
Target left firing range.
Okay.
Target is now in firing range.
Sorry, I'm checking my stuff at the same time. He's doing his thing and pretty safe.
Target left firing
Until
range. Target
I
is
think
now in
this is-
firing range.
It's alive!
Not for long. Not missile out. Come on.
On behalf of Chairman CO, the Talati Company are grateful for your timely help in the saving of much profit. As a reward, you get 1,000 credits.
Come on, I just want to quickly deal with this guy before I leave. Come on.
See an end to your miserable life.
I would have liked the Y-Wing, but I guess not. Yeah, he's too far away. Good thing I've got lots of these. Thank you, goblins. Oh well. Come on.
Target is now in fire.
I think he left the ship too. Oh well. I say that a lot. Okay, going
Teladi
around.
shipyard.
I want the L.
Xenon L.
Make sure I don't clip that.
No. Teladi military cormorant.
Jeez, okay, the C-Wing still here. Nothing else, so I'm gonna go for the ends now.
Xenon N.
Chasing the Y-Wing, I lost the chance to capture the L, though I've got one more sector to go through, I believe. I have to go through 3 of them. At least these sectors are fairly small. The patrol force, 1 acquaintance, 2 corvettes. I really want my own acquaintance. All I have to do is profit to get it from Talati. They'd sell to anyone, thank God.
Xenon N.
Smaller concussion missile now. Come on. I am actually... am I faster than this guy? That is a nice feeling. There we go. Another missile away. And here come the booms once again.
Target is now in firing range. Target left firing
Really,
range.
some flat guns of my own, so here's the last second. Yeah.
Target is now in
Fly
firing range.
and shoot at the same time.
Target left firing range.
Roll up. Let's go around to the south portal and start take stock of the situation. We have Sea-Wing still, strong arms, military, something something. Fighter drones, and not much else. Profit, at least. He's going back to the Sun Oil Refinery, so he's completed one loop, and what that loop has given me, if I look at that, is
No
a couple of
aim.
100,000 credits. It's much better than when we started on, and I've done probably 2 M3s, that was 68 each, 16, a couple of M1s, and so they'll be less than
Gate.
that.
Scale plate green.
Definitely not the extra 150? 106, yeah, 155,000 credits. So he earned me quite a bit of profit there. The calculations I did earlier were at minimum profit. So if that is a decent amount of money. I can now buy shields, which is pretty good. If there are any actually available in the galaxy.
Autopilot activated.
Just autopilot through there, because Scale Plate Green's a fairly small sector, so I don't accidentally autopilot into a ship. Because that will happen. I think I've gone through this topic before. If you don't autopilot through a gate, or in this case wormhole, the system can sometimes drop you right in front of a ship that's bigger than you.
Entering
That is quite
system.
literally a
Autopilot
bug
off.
and a windscreen result. There we go. Small
Xenon L.
large sensor range. Just got an L and they're going away, but I'm actually outpacing the L in my Corvette here. Which is nice, though I still don't particularly want to hit anything. Let's do a nice gentle turn to stay air. One thing I've noticed, with my joystick at least, still only 3 of them, yeah, is that you can, with the cedar up, do gentle yawing actions. Like, gentle. But you can't pitch roll. Probably because it's counted to... Yeah,
Install.
counted as-
Target locked on. And try not to shoot the station. If they like me, I'd rather they stayed that way. Come on, little guns. If you get to bail, grateful.
On behalf of Chairman CEO, the Talati Company are grateful for your timely help in the saving of much profit. As a reward, you get 5,000 credits.
5,000. Okay, so I'm getting I bought a police license, so I'm getting 5,000 on top of the 8,000 for my initial kill. So, okay, that would have been 8 plus 5 is 13,000 each. That would have been 26,000. So take 26,000 off of my profit, approximately. So maybe just take 30,000 off profit. So 150. That's still 130,000 profit, which is good. Like total, not counting the stuff he had to buy. So haven't done the math. Started with money, ended with money. Lots of ended up with lots of money.
Xenon N.
He seems to be the only one in sector, and there's an energy. I think he might be
Energy transporter.
a sentinel. That I might just pick up for the cool factor if I can, but Xenon first.
Sun Oil Refinery. L. Sun Oil Refinery. L. Beta.
No, that thing, please.
Sun Oil Refinery. L. Sun Oil Refinery. L.
There we
Beta.
go.
Xenon N.
Okay, go anti-fighter turrets.
Target left firing range.
I think I saw more things. M's. That's
Target
probably the
is
last
now in
wave, at least.
firing range.
Okay,
Target left firing range.
Okay, there's one thing I really hate about these M5s when you've got anti-fighter weapons but no flak weapons, and you're in a fairly slow ship. They can dodge really fast, and it's rather hard to get either your turrets to bear on some of them. What neat thing about this game is turrets do have blind
Target
spots,
is now in firing range.
though I should be able to catch him. Oh wait, 220. I should be able to
Target
stay
left
near him.
firing range. Target is now in firing range.
Charging at me like that, that's nice and easy at least. A couple of
Target
L's.
left firing range.
No L's to end off. Oh well. I would have liked him. This guy's attacking me now. I want to quickly get rid of him.
Target is now in firing range. No aim.
Smash. 400 credits for each M5. I want to take out some of the bigger
Asteroid.
So,
Xenon M.
because Xenon ends, while they are cheap and easy to produce, not exactly the best ship. They make good scouts if you do manage to get a hold of one. But if you don't, unless they're in swarms, they're fairly so-so by themselves. Okay. And they got some big missiles. Oh, no,
Target is now in firing range. Xenon N. Incoming message. Target left firing
So I got,
range.
okay, here's this now. Probably shouldn't bring that up in the battle. Finish the battle, then I'll show you my accounting, of all things. In-game accounting. Who would have guessed?
Target is now in firing
I'm
range.
not sure. This one who's still attacking the trader.
Xenon M.
Come on. There we go. Seems like I got some help. Okay, I really want some all-round turrets. Just so I can slap the people who are getting behind me. These things are I can get right.
Xenon N. Target is now in firing range.
Go turrets. Do your thing.
Target left firing range.
Alright, back to
Target is now in firing range. No aim. Asteroid.
Yana's hideout. One more. Alright. One more. Here goes nothing. Down through the gate backwards. Alright, let's see what we got in the Argon sectors. Not about to say Terran for a sector. They're bad guys. The Imperial sectors.
Entering
No, Rebel
system.
sectors.
Nyana's
So
hideout.
this should, in theory, be the last one. Missions. Yes, so 31, 32 plus 31. That's nice. Quick 60 grand profit. What's my ship doing? Getting Nostrop oil, so very glad I cleaned that out. So, quick showing what this is. So I now have one pilot, and I'm going to pay. This is basically going to tell me all the wages that my guy is getting. So one pilot is getting 100 credits over the main account when he comes through. Wait, has he got an upgrade already? Viewing Starfighter. Yes. Killed 3 of 4. Made destination. Received. So it's one of the last missions I did. Let's take a look at. So if I go see, trade, start CLSs, allow me to see everything. Total wages, he's an apprentice. I didn't think he got wages, but apparently he does. So he gets 100 credits every time he goes around the loop. I thought the apprentices did it free. So it's like they're on their probation or something. So I'm going to fly between the gates. Let's point. Bring up my scanners, and wait while I quickly search the system. And I can just see through the map. I shouldn't hit these guys. Hopefully. Yes, there they go past. So I'm just off the path of least resistance.
Incoming message. You have gained recognition.
Shift M. Hey, there was nothing here. 62,000 credits for your efforts. Now that would be great. So that was a very nice little money-making interlude. So I'm going to slow down. And what we ended up with? So thanks to me setting up the CLS rotation, and with that one mission, I've made a profit of approximately 150,000 credits from when we started. But you should probably take into account my guy is now selling his wares. So he's not selling directly to that first station anymore, because you can see he's in PT headquarters. He's just picked up the ammunition, not the ammunition, the oil, and now he's going to the other station. Now this is because he just dumped off his full load in the first one. They're no longer buying for less than 76, so he's going to the next one, which should make me another buttload of credits. He'll probably buy some more because stations can hold a lot of excess for selling, but they don't like to hold a lot for buying. He'll buy it, and then since most likely he won't be able to sell to either, he will wait until he can. And that's very good. But that is the end of the episode. We've already gone about 15 minutes over time. So, that is the end of my rambling for today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. So, take it easy, everyone.